Hi, folks. Hi, folks. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us on the Sacramento Community Watch. As always, I'm your host, Reno News Now, Lieutenant Commander with the Sacramento Community Watch Network. And as well, we have our co-host here, Chief England.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us.
Welcome in, folks. So we do, like we promised earlier on our last live stream, we reached out to the courts. We got the denial for what happened the last time. And basically, if you want to know what's happening with this case from start to finish, the judge's response has it all, folks. So it's going to go over every little detail since the case started. So we want you to stay tuned for that. That's going to happen right after housekeeping. So as far as housekeeping is concerned, Chief, do we have anything for housekeeping other than your court case?
Let's see. No, I have no housekeeping.
Yeah, I have no housekeeping either. Yeah. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get right to the court case. Give me just a few moments here. I thought I had it set up here, but we're doing things backstage. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and work on this. And this was the, let me catch you guys up on what happened. So basically there was 35 minutes of audio that was not turned over to the court stenographer, for them to transpose from the audio to written type. And in order to keep the case moving, basically both lawyers came to an agreement that they were going to just turn in the audio and forgo having the court having to wait any further to transcribe the additional audio that was inadvertently missed or not sent over for some strange and unknown reason, folks. So again, just more waste of time, more waste of resources because somebody wasn't doing their job properly. Ain't that right, Chief?
Yeah, something happened. Something fishy is going on.
So during one of our previous live streams, we went over that motion, and then this is apparently the response. This came in last Wednesday, and we didn't realize it until we went live on Saturday that this was out there. So we are now going over it. So this is again with Chief England over at Sacramento Community Watch. Of Sacramento Community Watch, I shouldn't say over at, I'm sorry, folks, versus the city of Reno, and of course everybody's favorite tyrant here on the Sacramento Community Watch, Tony the Tyrant.
Am I going to be famous too? You're going to put me on your YouTube video?
And
you see the color that I am?
Again, this is from that case. I am, folks, working on a TLDR about this whole case, so, please stick with us. Gorilla Cop Watch is out there. He says, "Sup, how's it going, Gorilla Cop Watch? Glad to have you watching us."
Absolutely.
Perseverance 777, thank you. Nice to be here. Nice to have you back. We're glad that you're watching. Let's see here.
Hey, let me go ahead and remind everybody. So this court order that we're reading right now is pertaining to the case where I was arrested by Tyrant Anthony Sotelo for resisting a public officer, recording him on a public sidewalk. If you guys want to go check out our videos, it's the one where he's trying to go through a vehicle that's locked. They don't have keys. He's standing there with the owner of the car who flagged him down. And I walk up across the street, start recording, and he puts me in handcuffs and charges me with resisting a public officer. So that's what this
because he wouldn't back up to a light pole that was some arbitrary distance. Again, folks, there is no magic number on how close you can be to a police officer because the courts haven't ruled on it. There is no magic number that you have to be a certain feet away from a police officer when they tell you, because again, there is no magic number. It all boils down to officer safety. Again, we're out there doing a job. He's out there doing a job. And basically, Tony the Tyrant arrested a journalist for basically video recording him. Again, folks, love if you guys go back and watch all the videos. We should have a playlist as well on Sacramento Community Watch on it. But yeah, again, this is the denial on this, on the appeal of them submitting the audio in place of the video, or text transcripts. I'm sorry. Okay. So the order. On April 19th, the record of appeal in the above titled matter having been filed with the clerk of court. On April 22nd, the clerk of court entered its order for a briefing schedule. And on May 1st of 2024, a notice of receipt, media mail, was filed concerning the receipt of a thumb drive from Reno Municipal Court. On May 22nd, appellant Chief England, hereinafter England, by and through his attorney, Kyle Edgerton. Shout out to Mr. Shout out to Mr. Edgerton. We greatly appreciate his work. Absolutely. And the respondent, City of Reno, and through its attorney, Carl Smith, City of Reno, and Leanne Schumann, Deputy City Attorney, also a family lawyer, folks, who's, again, as we go through this, you're going to see where I want to point out where she's trying to practice family law.
Terrible. She's the one who lied and said that instead of me saying I'm on a public sidewalk, she said to the judge that I said I was on a fucking sidewalk.
An effing sidewalk.
Stupid.
So, but yeah, it's one of those things. It's, they're lying and they know that they're lying. And, she's even pointed out in some of her briefs that we've covered that, that the law has to be followed and, that we need to prosecute to the fullest extent of the law. But if this judge comes back and rules that you are innocent because your rights, you had rights, and guess what? Is she going to prosecute him for NRS 171.1233? I seriously doubt it.
I bet you she won't. But she's so much of an attorney, though.
Yeah.
She's a lawyer. My bad.
Go ahead.
Guerrilla Cop Watch. In California, we have Penal Code 148 Section G. Yep. And I will be using that penal code during the time that I'm visiting Sacramento here very shortly. So you guys be sure to check out my live stream. It will be going down, I'm sure.
Yeah, we might not have a live stream like this next week, but keep checking out Sacramento Community Watch channel as Chief England does go live in Sacramento, especially over this weekend.
Yep. Guys, don't want to miss it.
Yeah, and Guerrilla Cop Watch. Here in Nevada, we have NRS 171.1233, which gives us the statutory right to film a police officer in his duties as long as we're not interfering, which we have no will to interfere. It's just that simple. But they think that just because they have to divert their attention to you, that's somehow magically interfering. It's just so stupid. Anywho. Okay, so Mr. Edgerton and Miss Schumann filed party stipulation to extend the briefing schedule, wherein parties stipulated and agreed the following: that the parties are engaged in a motion practice before the Reno Municipal Court regarding preparation of transcripts of trial proceedings, and 2, that the parties have been heard on the matter before the Reno Municipal Court for that decision. 3, that once the matter is decided, the parties will know whether that they can rely on written transcripts or merely the hearing audio. And 4, that the parties request that the court extend the briefing schedule for 45 days, with the appellant's opening brief due by July the 8th of 2024. And here it is, folks, March 27th, and we're live, and this is 2025. So this has been going on for almost now, 2 years? Yep. It's just with everything that's been going on. So, Guerrilla Cop Watch. I'll be out in Reno like April 4th if you guys are down to meet up. Definitely would be, but unfortunately, Guerrilla, I'm stuck at home due to family medical issues. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be out there, but I would love for you guys, for at least you and Sacramento Community Watch's Chief England to meet up. So definitely.
Yep. I can get a group of people together.
Hey, reach out to us at sacramentocommunitywatch@gmail.com.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm definitely down for that. Absolutely.
So on May 20. Go ahead.
I was going to say I was out there by myself last night. So, recording the police. Check out that live stream as well here in Reno.
Yep. So on May 24th, the court entered its amended order for briefing schedule. And then on June 24th, the respondent City of Reno filed a motion to dismiss the appeal for failure to request a hearing within 60 days. again, folks, this is where the family court BS comes into play. Oh, you're not playing by the rules, by the letter, so let's go ahead and get this dismissed because, yeah, you're a deadbeat husband. It's not how it works, Miss Schumann.
Sounds like a little bit of malicious prosecution.
Yeah, it does, because now you're trying to take his ability to have a fair trial. Mm-hmm. Just because you're not wanting to play by the rules that everybody else plays by, you're trying to play this family court.
Yeah, just because she doesn't know the laws. Now she's attempting to protect a tyrant dirtbag. Crazy.
Because if she doesn't, then the prosecuting attorney's office will have some rough time getting the Reno PD to cooperate and come in and talk on cases. At least that's what we're told. Mm-hmm. They have some sort of an agreement. Mm-hmm. Anyways, on June 27th of 2024, Chief England filed an appellant's request for a hearing and appellant's opposition to motion to dismiss. On July 3rd, the city of Reno filed its reply in support of motion to dismiss for failure to request a hearing within 60 days and submitted the matter for the court's consideration. And these are some of the documents that we've covered on previous live streams, folks. Go back and watch them, as we had updates. Okay, so then on July 5th, Chief England and the city of Reno filed a motion to a second stipulation to extend briefing schedule wherein the parties stipulated and agreed the following. 1, that the court previously set a deadline for the appellant's opening brief on May 22nd, 2024. Thereafter, the court extended the deadline for appellant's opening brief to July 8th of 2024. 2, the Reno Municipal Court ordered that the transcript be prepared at public expense. As of July 5th, 2024, the parties have not received the transcripts and believe that they are still being processed. And again, folks, we had this big old trial in front of the judge just so that way the city of Reno could argue that it's a waste of money to prepare these transcripts. It's just so stupid. The amount of time that she's been wasting money, complaining that we're wasting money, she could have just let this whole thing drop by the wayside. But no, she wants to make a name for herself, apparently. Case law, hopefully this will be case law, Anyways. 3, without the transcripts, the parties can either submit their briefs as part of the record or on appeal before the court, nor reference them in briefings. 4, that Chief England and the city of Reno request the court extend their briefing schedule by 45 days such that Chief England's opening brief would be August 22nd of 2024. And number 5, that Chief England and the city of Reno maintain their positions on the motion to dismiss, notwithstanding the stipulation to extend the briefing schedule in the event that the court denies the city of Reno's motion. Thereafter, the matter was submitted to the court's consideration. On July 9th of 2024, the court entered its second amended order briefing schedule. Okay, give me a moment here, folks. I need to take a drink of water. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe while I'm doing this.
Yeah, smash that like button for us, folks. I'm trying to get through this document really, really quick. We got some awesome videos to show you guys, so stick with it.
And we're using my ADHD superpowers here to speed through it. I do apologize. I am a fast talker. So
yeah, slow it down.
I need to slow it down just a little bit here.
Slow down.
So on August 21st of 2024, Chief England and the city of Reno filed parties' third stipulation to extend the briefing schedule, wherein the parties stipulated and agreed the following. 1, that the deadline for the appellant's opening brief has been previously extended twice as the parties await preparation of the transcripts from the trial court proceedings. 2, that the current deadline for the appellant's opening brief is August 22nd, 2024. It's funny that they have to spell this out. It just really is, but it's what they do. 3, that the transcripts remained outstanding. As a result, the parties can either submit them as part of the record or an appeal, nor reference them in their briefings. Again, it's the same stuff we read above. That the parties request that their briefing schedule be extended another 45 days, such that the appellant's opening brief would be on or before October 7th of 2024. And number 5, that the city of Reno has moved for dismissal of the appellant's appeal, which has been briefed and submitted for decision. Both parties maintain that their positions on the motion notwithstanding, that the stipulation to extend the briefing schedule in the event that the court denies the city's motion. Basically, we need more time, we need more time, we need more time. Here's the reason why.
Mm-hmm. Let's keep put it off.
Love Roddy. Hello, Sacramento Community Watch and Reno News Now. Anyone with half a brain should be happy that there are people like you who try to make that sure that your constitutional rights aren't violated. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate that. Yes, that's what we do. And this is apparently the price that we pay, folks, so it's one of those things. Chief England's one of my heroes, man, that he's going through this. I mean, this is something that I would have gone through if it wasn't because I have gaming commission licenses from different states. I can't go this far. I would have to take the L and go back to the light post because I can't wind up in jail. I can't wind up in court unnecessarily. Most of the reason why I'm sitting here at home right now is because of my family. I have to take care of my family first, folks. So it's just one of those things. Anywho, continuing on. Thereafter, the matter was submitted to the court's consideration, and on August 23rd of 2024, the court entered its third amended order for briefing schedule. The September 9th of 2024, the court entered its motion denying motion to dismiss. On October 4th of 2024, England and the city of Reno filed parties for stipulation to extend the briefing schedule, where the parties stipulated and agreed the follows. 1, that the deadline for the appellant's opening brief has been previously extended 3 times as the parties awaited preparation for the transcripts from the trial court proceedings. Nobody ever said that the wheels of justice move fast, folks.
They never do.
They never do. They say justice is blind, but they never said that she rides a hot rod.
You see how long police investigations take? 30 years.
That the current deadline for the appellant's opening brief was October 7th of 2024. That the transcripts are now in possession. The transcripts are now in possession of the transcripts in electronic form. That's a weird way to put that. But the appellant requires additional time to review them and prepare his brief. And that the parties request that the briefing schedule be extended another 45 days, such that the appellant's opening brief would be on or before November 21st of 2024. Thereafter, the matter was submitted to the court's decision. On October 7th, the court entered its 4th amended order for briefing schedule. So, yeah, they're just trying to find out when we can go in for a briefing here so we can get this case started, folks. So, on November 21st, England filed appellant's opening brief. On December 18th, the city of Reno filed respondent's responding brief. And on January 2nd, England filed appellant's reply brief. And we covered all those briefs, folks, in our live streams if you want to go back and watch them. We covered them all just like this. So, and we're trying to get through this one so we can get to our videos, folks. We really want to get to our videos. So thank you for sticking with us. On January 29th, England and the city of Reno filed a stipulation to supplement record on appeal, where the parties stipulate to agree the supplementing the record on appeal in this case. And this is the order that's denying it. So this is where we're getting all caught up. Everything that happened, if you want to know what happened, that's what just happened prior to the case. So this is where the stipulation is supplement, and this is where the denial that we're reading today. So the parties state that a portion of the proceedings were omitted from those transcripts of the proceedings, and that it is believed that this occurred because 7 5-minute segments of the trial court audio recording were not transmitted to the transcriber.
35 minutes.
Yeah, 35 minutes.
Missing.
Yeah, and in here they constantly reference it to 30 minutes because I think it's just faster to type.
Yeah, I bet you that 30 minutes is of Sotelo's testimony.
Oh, it was most of Sotelo, I believe, and part of mine.
Terrible.
I think that's what it was put in there. Let's see here. Love Roddy says, of course they're going to drag their rear ends, trying to hold off looking stupid as long as possible. They don't have a leg to stand on. Thank you, Loverati. We're glad you agree with us that everything that they're doing was unlawful and unconstitutional.
Yep.
And this is more just malicious prosecution at this point.
Yep, absolutely.
They could have just dropped it and said, we're not going to prosecute it. But no, we got to go through with it because
they wanted to support the tyrant.
And the way that the law is written, folks, it was going to come a time where somebody was not going to do anything to interfere with an officer, and they were going to get a resisting a public officer charge. And because, again, Nevada doesn't have a resisting arrest, we have resisting a public officer. Basically, it says anything that can possibly delay or obstruct an officer is a misdemeanor, unless there's weapons involved.
Stupid.
And because this officer decided that he wanted to have a severe case of ADHD and can't have somebody behind him or wait for other officers to come on there to make sure that the scene was more secure and maybe have a proper interview with the, we call her Miss A, because she's a stolen car victim, Miss A. It's a case like this. It's going to make case law against that law and eventually find it unconstitutional if they want to continue to pursue it.
Are you referring to Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
We're not going to block her name out of this because.
I thought I thought we decided to make a decision on that where we weren't going to further let her be a victim of the Reno PD.
Didn't she lie? Didn't she lie in court? Didn't she fill out that statement?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Miss Anderson. Sorry.
We don't got to say her first name, but she lied on that report.
Yeah, she's Reno PD decided to make her a victim again. It's just I don't know. Anyways, additionally, these parties stipulate supplementing the record on appeal with 1, the transcripts, and 2, the previously missing audio segments. And then judge starts going in here. Nevada Rules of Appellate Procedure 4BF state that the court may make orders to expedite the handling of criminal appeals, including without limiting the following to expediting preparation of stenographic transcripts. In the instant matter, the parties state that there are approximately 30 minutes, actually 7 5-minute segments, so 35 minutes, of the proceedings that is missing from the transcript previously transcribed. As such, the parties have requested the court accept into evidence a copy of the audio recording containing the 7 5-minute segments of the trial court audio recording, rather than delay the court's determination on the appeal. Which is a good argument. It really is. But the judge has a better argument, in my opinion. While the court is cognizant of the necessity of hearing a criminal appeal promptly, the court also has a duty to ensure that the record on appeal is complete. An audio recording of the 7 5-minute segments provided to the court without reference to the context of the segments is not good use of judicial resources. As such, the court finds that it will deny the party's stipulation to supplement the record on appeal in this matter. Further, the court does not find that it is necessary for the parties to supplement the record with a transcription of the trial court proceedings in full within 7 proceedings in full with the 7 5-minute segments integrated into the transcript. So basically the judge says, I want the whole kit and caboodle. I want the whole transcript. The stenographer should go back and re-interject the part that she missed. Put it where it belongs in the transcript.
And stop playing.
And stop playing around. She doesn't want none of it. She wants this to be on the level, on the equal level playing field. We don't want anybody we want the court stenographer, the impartial stenographer, to give us the transcript and not leave anything up to interpretation, such as Chief England pointed out earlier, the difference between public and the F word.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that he doesn't know what a lawful order is. Tyrant.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see the color that I am?
Doesn't even know what the color of law is, folks, because that was his response to, you're depriving me of my rights under the color of law. And then he goes,
do you see the color that I am?
I just shook my head. Check
out
that video.
I don't like to use the R word. I really don't. I don't like to call somebody that, but I'll leave it up to the audience. Anyways.
Public people.
So it is hereby ordered that the party's stipulation to supplement the record on the appeal through audio recording is denied. It is hereby further ordered that the appellant, Chief England, and the city of Reno shall work together to supplement the record by filing the transcript containing the trial court proceedings that includes the missing 7 5-minute segments within 30 days from the date of this order. And should the transcriber require an order to expedite the transcriptions, the parties are directed to file a motion. It is hereby further ordered that the appellant, Chief England, or the city of Reno want to file a supplemental briefing upon the new supplemental record. They must request a leave to do so. It is hereby further ordered that the council will request the submission to the appeals court once the appeal is ready to be ruled on. So basically, the judge has said, go back to the lower court, get me the transcript in full.
Yep.
Put the 7 5-minute pieces into the transcript where they belong. Give it back to me. You have 30 days to do it. If the lower court needs you to tell them that they need to put a rush on it, let me know. File a motion. Let me know. I'll grant the order. And then if you guys need more information, now that you guys have the full transcript, if you need to give me more information, you need to go ahead and put in a motion that says that you need more time. So the judge is not playing games. The judge wants a full transcript.
She wants to hear what Sotelo said for his response to knowing what a lawful order was. I believe everybody in the courtroom laughed when he said, "See anything that a police officer said?" Terrible.
And that will be in my TLDR, folks, about, especially Ms. Schumann objecting to whether a law enforcement officer knows what a lawful order is, as he's constantly barking out, "It's a lawful order. It's a lawful order." Well, if you can't back up that lawful order in court, then why are you giving a lawful order, Tony the Tyrant? You don't even know what a lawful order is. But you know what?
Am I going to be famous too? You're going to put me on your YouTube video?
Absolutely.
100%.
Okay,
Very
folks.
bad.
So we're done with the court update. So we're done with housekeeping. We're done with court updates. It's time for the show. So let me get the first one up here. And the first one is going to be share screen from Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. Let me go ahead and zoom my screen in here. I didn't have it ready for television viewing here. So you can find him at Indisputable at TYT. He's part of the Young Turks Network over at TYT Studios. Tonight we're going to watch cop sits back and watch driver gets jumped by bicyclists, folks. Now, the first thing that I hear when by bicyclists. Yeah, bicyclist.
I was like, who?
The first thing I think of here, folks, is just remember a police officer, according to the Supreme Court, has no duty to intervene on your behalf for your safety. They've already ruled on that. They have no legal way or stipulations of having to do that. But here we go, folks.
Is assaulted. I think the cop should be arrested.
I'm sorry, folks. Let's get that back.
Suspended for failing to intervene as a driver is assaulted. I think the cop should be arrested. All right, put it at full max.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
So this is in Miami. A Miami cop has been suspended after local news shows actual surveillance footage of a pack of bicyclists attack a driver in the middle of the street, broad daylight. Everybody sees it.
Oh, geez.
She said in her car, watched it as if she ordered it herself. Okay.
Yeah, and there's a police car right there in front of this whole thing. She's probably sitting in that car and go, I ain't going to get in the middle of that. There's a gang out there. I don't have my backup with me. Again, they don't have a duty to intervene, folks. It's just so downright.
Miami police officer has now been suspended from her duties after being accused of failing to intervene in a melee that took place right in front of her police cruiser and involved multiple people who brutally attacked one man in broad daylight. So here's the background. The camera show the moments leading up to the brawl when a driver stopped at an intersection near 14th Street and got out of his car to speak to an officer parked in the middle of the street. A bicyclist is also seen confronting the man as he approaches the police cruiser. And the two begin arguing. As the man walks back to his car, multiple bicyclists swarm him and his vehicle and began beating him in the middle of the street. All right. So the footage shows the group of bicyclists punching and kicking the motorist, slamming a bicycle on top of him. One person was seen climbing on his car and stumping on the windshield until it shattered. All right. So keep that picture up for a minute. This is the first time in my natural life I've ever seen bicyclists roll like this. And maybe this is something that is more common than I assumed. I don't know. No idea. But there's a lot more to the story.
Oh, crud. I meant to hit pause. I have heard some bicyclists can get some pretty aggressive, especially when they think they have the right of way over a car and they think they're being slighted by a car.
Oh, absolutely. But with the gang mentality, though, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, they must have been training or in some sort of, I don't know.
I don't think that this was even a bicycle crew. I think maybe one person probably was on the bike, the one that's getting assaulted, and the rest look like they've all jumped out of vehicles. They're not wearing, it doesn't look like they're wearing gear to ride bikes or anything. I mean, that's just my opinion. But
yeah, she should have come out of her car with at least her taser out.
Yeah, with her scary ass.
In the motor, she should have been slamming.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
A bicycle on top of him. One person was seen climbing on his car and stumping on the windshield until it shattered. All right. So keep that picture up for a minute. This is the first time in my natural life I've ever seen bicyclists roll like this. And maybe this is something that is more common than I assumed. I don't know. No idea. But there's a lot more to the story, okay? So all of this happened in front of the cop, in front of the actual police cruiser. So that means that everybody who saw this, everyone
we
saw
agree, Aaron,
that there's an officer allowing it because the cruiser is there. And she's watching, okay? All right, so she never left the car to intervene. Backup arrived. She then gets out of her car. When the other officers finally arrived, one of them tackled another individual, prompting the other attackers to flee and to leave and get on their bikes and go. The officers also rendered aid to the victim, but they haven't released how severe his injuries were. The female officer who witnessed the brawl has now been relieved of her duties pending an internal police investigation. Put up the chief. This is the Miami Police Chief, Manuel Morales, and he said in the statement, quote, "The members of the Miami Police Department understand and take great pride in upholding their responsibility to protect and serve our community.
Do you?
We must act for the betterment of our community." So many viewers obviously condemned the officer's apparent lack of response, while some pointed out that she was outnumbered. Quote, "Our tax dollar going to waste. We pay for police work, serve and protect, not ignore. She should get fired," one person wrote. So before I continue, I just want to remind everybody that while, yes, you may say she's outnumbered, no. She has 17 in the clip. And she may have one in the chamber. It's called a gun. That's why they have them. If this happened to be 5 or 6, maybe 7 black individuals, young, jumping on a white male in the middle of the street, a cop is pulling out a gun. That's how it happens. That's in protection of life. So when there's an opportunity.
Hell, we can be walking down the street and they'll pull a gun out on us for doing absolutely anything wrong. to put nothing, absolutely nothing. So absolutely, she should have intervened. She could have intervened, but she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, but the courts have also said that the police have no duty to intervene as well, such as the town of Castle Rock versus Gonzales or Warren versus the District of Columbia from 1981. So again,
so they have to protect and serve, right?
Well, that's what they claim.
Yeah.
But the courts say that they don't have a constitutional right they don't have a constitutional duty to protect your rights.
Well, they need to rewrite that law. They need to rewrite it because that's retarded. They have a duty to protect and serve, but then the court said that they don't have to. So they get beat up.
Again, what Gemini is referencing here for like town of Castle Rock versus Gonzales, the court ruled that the woman did not have a constitutional right to police enforcement of a restraining order.
Well, that's different. The life wasn't in danger. This is
it could have been, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's see.
The life wasn't in danger.
That's
that's the protect aspect of the protect and serve model that they.
Yeah, I know other auditors have mentioned it too. I need to go back and figure that one out, but I know that there's something on the books about that where they don't have to do that, but it's still disgusting that the court lets them off for not doing their job. I mean, it's again, policy may state in the police department that they have to go take care of it, but the courts will not enforce it. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get at.
I have to grab my charger.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, folks, so why are they even doing an internal affairs investigation? The video speaks volumes for itself. But again, it's the government. You got a government club. You got to make sure your I's are dotted, T's are crossed before you fire somebody, because guess what? They can go running to the courts and go, "Oh, I got terminated unfairly."
To protect life, to actually utilize your weapon in a way that's protective of life, to give a warning, because obviously everybody who was a bicyclist who decided to do the cowardly act of engaging and jumping on one human being, but as soon as a cop came, everybody fled. But they did not care about the one cop who was watching them. I need to know why. All right. Also, it's unclear if the police plan to pursue any charges against the bicyclist for the role in the attack, which is another insanity to this story. One witness alleges the cyclist attacked the driver over an earlier hit and run, even though it hasn't been confirmed, nor has an arrest been made. All right, Ben, that's a hell of a story. What say you?
It is a hell of a story for sure. I mean, as you pointed out, this is not normally the way bicyclists roll, pun intended there. These guys are gonna have to get themselves some motorcycles, because this is a tough group of bicycle riders. I heard as they sped off from this melee, they honked their cute horns a bunch and hit those little bells to let people know they might return.
Oh my gosh.
We do have to figure out what happened with this police officer. She's a female police officer. We should obviously have female police officers, but we need any officer that signs up to be sure that they're not going to be afraid to enter into situations, because one other police officer arrived and everybody scattered. And so you got to be willing to step up regardless.
Oh, I remember the case that it was from. You remember that school shooting where that cowardly officer, that school resource officer, sheriff, didn't go into the school?
Uvalde?
Uvalde. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where that stemmed from. Where I think that stems from.
What do we pay them for?
I mean, if they're not willing to go in and do the job that's required of them, they're basically nothing more than a glorified security guard. We don't need glorified security guards. We need heroes in that job.
Pack your shit and go home. We don't need to pay you.
We need heroes who know the law.
Right.
Regardless of any reason that might have made her not comfortable intervening. Like you said, she's got a gun. A gun makes you as tough as anybody else. And so you need to be able to have that steely.
Oh, and besides, what group of... I don't know of any group of cyclists who are going to carry around a loaded firearm either. She definitely would have had the advantage if she would have pulled out her firearm, because cyclists are all about the less amount of weight, because they don't want to be, carrying extra weight with them as they're cycling through town. Nobody's going to strap a Glock to their side as they're cycling through town.
What about turning on her sirens? The bullhorn,
telling them to disperse.
Right. Get on the loudspeaker.
Get down on the ground. Everybody get down on the ground.
You are all under arrest.
You all are under arrest. You are all under detained. If you flee, you will be charged with fleeing the scene.
Right.
You call for backup. Get many people over there as fast as you can. This is what people should be. This is what cops should be flying to. Not some little piss disturbance that's unverified.
Resolve to be able to stop a fight happening right in front of you. If you can't stop bicyclists that got out of control, what hope do we have for any sort of more intense situation that she is going to be facing? Bicyclists about as easy as you get, and she failed that test.
Yeah, and it was quite clear they were not armed. They were utilizing their bicycle to hit the man. They could have killed him right in front of her.
That's some protecting and serving. Tell you that much.
Yeah. So what do you get when you cross a bicyclist with Florida man? Apparently you get that story. So only in Florida would a bicyclist gang of bicyclists gang up on a motorist. Oh my gosh.
They should have been the Teletubbies.
Oh man, we wish Levi was here with us tonight. He would have really enjoyed that story. From coming down from Florida man down there. So, oh my goodness.
Shout out to one of our team members, Levi Audits.
Yep, and folks,
he has other things that he had to take care of. So,
yep. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All of our channels are in the description, folks. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you joining us on Sacramento Community Watch. So the next video that we're going to show is out of WXYZ in TV in Detroit, Channel 7. The video that we're going to feature tonight is called Mendenville lieutenant stopped her over an expired tab, then tased her in front of her children. Talk about disgusting. Oh my gosh. Let's watch it, folks.
A police officer in his city. And tonight, the 7 investigators reveal what could be his most controversial stop yet.
Throughout his career, Lieutenant Matthew Furman has been accused of crossing the line. From pulling a woman with no insurance out of her car, then forcing her over the hood in front of her children, to slamming a man's head into a vehicle while he was handcuffed.
Well, today, Furman is on administrative leave after repeatedly tasing a man who he's...
And people wonder why we record the police.
Hey, Chief, I'll be right back.
Traffic offense. In each of these cases, Furman denied any wrongdoing.
Tonight, 7 investigator Ross Jones reveals yet another startling stop that the department admits they never investigated.
But after we started asking questions, it now has the attention of the Wayne County prosecutor. Here's 7 investigator Ross Jones.
I've never been treated like that. Never. Ever. Like, I love law enforcement. Like, I have friends as officers. My grandfather is a retired cop. Like, I've never experienced what I experienced with him. Never.
Most traffic stops begin.
I'll tell you one thing, folks. You back the blue until it happens to you. End of story.
On the road. But as you're about to see, this was not most traffic stops.
Morning. Lieutenant Furman, Melvindale Police Department. I'm our traffic enforcement officer.
On a Saturday morning last April, Lieutenant Matthew Furman was focused on a car that was already parked. The white SUV was sitting outside a Melvindale high school with a mother and her daughters inside. Its tab had expired a month earlier, and when Furman ran the plate, the vehicle came back as uninsured.
So was your plate expired? You don't have any insurance?
This is not my car.
Behind the wheel was Alicia Cook, and her 2 daughters were inside. Cook was dropping off her 11-year-old at cheerleading practice, driving her friend's vehicle.
How are you related to him?
He's in a hospital.
Who is he to you?
My best friend.
I had just got bad news saying that
The person that the car the name was in just had heart surgery. At the time, my mind was in 1,000 places. Mama?
Ma'am, I need your driver's license or ID card.
1 second.
Hey, you're on a traffic stop. Don't tell me 1 second.
Hold on, sir.
I'm giving you a lawful police order.
Inside of a school
It's a public access parking lot.
He wanted me to think like that.
Right.
You know, it was like, turn the car off now. You on the phone. I don't care you on the phone. Do what I say right now. If I could have processed my thought in the moment and just turned the car off, maybe it wouldn't have escalated as bad.
Turn the vehicle off right now.
Sir.
You're not listening.
Okay, can you stop?
Wow.
Hey,
Can you?
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Hand me the
My
key.
children is in here.
With tempers on both sides flaring, Lieutenant Furman
Terrible.
demands Cook's driver's license, which she refuses to provide. Watch what happens next.
You have to run!
Out of the vehicle.
Get your hands off of me!
Get out. Get out.
Then, in front of other students,
What a punk. And people wonder why we record law enforcement.
parents, and Cook's own children, Lieutenant Furman draws his taser and fires.
Of course. He had to do it in front of this young black lady's children. Of course. Trying to show dominancy over people. Black people.
You're gonna be tasered. Head out. 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 Get out. Get out. 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 Down to the ground.
And then he tased me. And he didn't
They want us to be scared of police.
even, it was like, he said he felt fear for his life.
You made me afraid for my safety.
What a punk.
I was terrified for you. You terrified me. You scared me. You scared.
Oh, he's a punk.
Oh my
Scared
gosh.
me. You scared me. Oh my God. You scared me. Oh my
Do you
God.
hear the whine in his voice? Do you hear the utter whine? And you scared me. It ain't officer safety. It's officer freaking cowardness. You hear the cowardness that's going on here? Doesn't allow her to process, to give her a moment to try to obey a command. It just goes from one thing to another. Snap, snap, snap.
He's a tyrannical punk. That's what he is.
This is the type of officer that needs to be disciplined and taken off the streets.
Yeah, he needs to be in jail. He needs to be in jail.
Put him in jail. Put him in City Hall as a security officer. That's
No,
the last
he needs to
part.
be in jail. There's no
Yeah.
other place for him. He needs to be in jail. His temper's fucked up. His attitude's fucked up. His training's fucked up. Jail.
Again, folks, if there's no crime committed, these guys are not police officers. They are public servants first and foremost.
Yep.
Their duty is to protect and serve and be out there, but they need to be out there as public servants first before the police mentality kicks in. Police mentality should only kick in when there's a crime.
Absolutely. Look how they parked the cars. The little formation they got going on.
It's because they treat them more like a military gang than they do law enforcement officers.
And then they got this one right here with his face blurred. Why do police agencies blur their officers' faces?
Yeah, why him over the other person? He's just as guilty and complicit for letting this guy do what he's doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You look at me. I got 2 children in the car. I'm facing a school building. What are you in fear of? My hands are up.
We shared the entire video of the stop with 2 experts in policing, retired Detroit Assistant Chief Steve Dolant and Travis Norton, a retired lieutenant who consults with departments on use of force. Both agreed that Cook was uncooperative, like when she refused to provide her license, which the law requires. But they also found fault in Furman's inability to de-escalate the stop, and both
Exactly.
were troubled when he tased Cook in front of her own daughters.
It disturbed me. This is why people don't like kids don't like the police, or they don't trust them.
Yep.
This is why there's a disconnect between the public and the police. They are quick to go after their firearms rather than attempt to de-escalate, because their version of de-escalate is get them into cuffs, get them detained, and that's de-escalation.
Yep.
Cuffs is escalation.
I agree with that statement.
She was not displaying assaultive behavior towards the officer, and therefore that makes the use of the taser, an intermediate use of force, unreasonable in the circumstances that he was dealing with.
Cook would be hit with a civil infraction and 4 misdemeanors, including resisting arrest, interfering with a police officer, and driving on a suspended license.
Stupid.
After reviewing the body camera, the city attorney's office dismissed everything.
Of
As
course.
a prosecutor, I'm looking at that going, this doesn't look good. Because you really don't want that getting out.
Again, another police officer who doesn't know the law, who can't abide by the Constitution or their training, and lacks the ability to de-escalate. More officers, and people still wonder why we record them. Every single chance we get. It's crazy.
I mean, it's out now. It looks poorly on the department and the officers.
But the department never investigated Furman's use of force from this day. According to Melvindale's Deputy Chief Nicholas Martinez, he did not offer a reason for why.
And here's the thing, folks, is if the prosecuting attorney is dropping it because it looked bad, why didn't she turn it over to the Internal Affairs Department? Why didn't she prosecute the cop for
and go after the cop? Yep.
Again, it's the government club, because if they start arresting their own and putting their own in jail, then guess what? Then nobody's going to want to do that job. And that's not the right way to do the job. It's to train them properly the first time so they don't break the law in the first place.
But after we obtained this body camera through the Freedom of Information Act, the department forwarded a copy to Wayne County's prosecutor for review. That office is currently considering possible criminal charges against Furman on another tasing we revealed from July.
He shouldn't be on force. No one should ever have to encounter dealing with someone that feel like their authority
Definitely a tyrant.
is more important than a person's humanity.
Absolutely.
Lieutenant Furman has been off on administrative leave since the summer. He did not respond to phone calls.
And shout out to that young lady for staying strong. Like, I feel for her. I've been in a situation like that, similar, arrested for absolutely no reason by a dirtbag, Tony the Tyrant. So I definitely feel her on that. It's just a really sad situation. Very
sorry.
Exactly. A very upsetting situation to be involved with. And another thing, I tell people all the time, you back the blue until it happens to you.
And folks, don't get us wrong. We love awesome police officers who know the law, who know their place in the role of the government, and who completely understand it and not using it to become tyrannical, either in whether they know it or not. So we love good police officers, and we'd love to highlight them as well, folks. So
yeah, we just need to see more of them. We need to see more of them. Period.
You would think as many YouTube videos that are out there and regarding bad police behavior that are constantly put out there, not only by traditional news media such as this, but by First Amendment auditors such as ourselves, you would think that there'd be a cultural shift in policing here relatively soon. But I don't see it happening, because what has to happen is qualified immunity needs to be pierced for good, and like what's his name? Delete Law says, you got to strike down Oberville versus Hodge, or not that. What was it? I forget which one he wants to strike down. I'm sorry.
Seeking comment on what we just reported. As I mentioned, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office has now received a warrant related to Furman's repeated tasing of a man back in July, which we reported on earlier this year. That warrant is under review by the Prosecutor's Office right now.
It was so difficult to watch. I mean, it makes my heart race just watching.
Well, and you can only imagine what it was like for her and for her 2 daughters. The shrieks from her daughters in the back seat was what really, I think, surprised a lot of people who I showed it to, and it's certainly a traumatic experience.
A lot of people he showed it to.
Something like it's happened. So, all right, thank you, Ross.
Follow it to the end.
He the man right there. He said he was showing it to other people too. So yeah, shout out to him.
And the fact that the supervisors don't watch these things, or if they are watching these things going, oh yeah, that was a clean arrest.
Yeah, there's no investigation needed for that one. That was pretty good. Like, what are they thinking about?
You know, it just boggles my mind that even when the prosecutor got a hold of it and then dropped everything because there was no case there, that she didn't go back and go, hey, you guys need to maybe have internal affairs look at this. Where's the justice?
Or the FBI?
You know, there needs to be more laws where it says that these prosecutors must prosecute crimes that are committed by cops, because they just let them fall by the side. It's just, this is the world we live in, folks.
You just sweep it under the rug, huh?
Okay. So for our last video of the night, we are going to feature an OG in the auditing community. Share this tab and let's add it to the stage. It's from our good buddy Long Island Audit. Shout out to him. Shout out. And he had a banger of a video that dropped the other day that we're going to watch here. It was Unhinged jail warden attacks journalist for recording. Sheriff refuses to take a criminal complaint. Go figure that. Again, the government club not wanting to take criminal complaints on themselves. So it's,
of course.
Again,
do not touch me, sir.
Get out of the building.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Violation of law. Get out of the building.
You're a psycho.
You can't have that in here.
Just don't put your hand on my camera.
I'm not. I do know what the rights are and what the rules and regulations are. Shut the phone off. Step out of the building.
Seriously, doubt any of those statements.
Who are you?
Don's
Advocate?
Yes.
I am recording you,
In violation of the law.
No, I'm not. Sir, you're not intimidating me.
I am telling you to leave now.
Do not touch me.
Hey, that's the KFC colonel, y'all.
I can touch
You have no authority to touch me.
I can help you to stay if you'd like.
You put your hands on me again, you might be staying
I
here.
beg your pardon?
Can I speak to a supervisor?
I am the supervisor. I'm the...
I'm sorry. I gotta.
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell are you? You're the supervisor?
No, yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, okay.
Well, then you're an ignorant supervisor.
I beg your pardon?
That's
You're
it.
in violation of the law.
A lawless thug. That's what you are. And a coward. I got assaulted by the warden of the correctional facility.
This guy hasn't had probably a lick of legal experience, and he's saying that he's in violation of the law. You know, that's just that. This guy is nothing more than just a babysitter for incarcerated criminals, the head supervisor of the babysitters.
And half those criminals probably were unlawfully arrested. So, I mean,
but I mean, if this is how he treats a member of the public and the journalist, how do you think he's treating those criminals?
Right. But 75% of them probably shouldn't even be in jail.
Aaron says, Warden smokes some hard rugs, man. Yeah, you shouldn't be smoking rugs there. Yeah, Aaron. No, we don't recommend smoking the hard rugs. Yeah.
Not going to take a criminal complaint, but have evidence of a crime, sir. Do your job.
Stupid.
Hey, what's up, guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Today, we're at the Dorchester County Correctional Facility here in the state of Maryland. We are here today, as always, to peacefully exercise.
Shout out to the state of Maryland. I used to live in Baltimore. Pretty cool place. Yeah.
The farthest east I've ever got to was Illinois.
Oh, wow.
Well, scratch it. No, Indiana, because my grandparents used to live in Indiana. So I still got some family back in Indiana. My parents moved to Kentucky, so it's, you know, I got family out in Kentucky. So if I were to go back home, it'd probably be around there.
As our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it.
Let's see if this is open. Looks like it is. Detention center. Friendly reminder that the government is always recording us in public spaces, even though it always seems to be an issue when we, the people, record them.
You got something. You need to figure that back out. You can't have that in here.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You can't have that in here.
Just don't put your hand on my camera.
I'm not. You can't have a phone in here. The sign says it at the front door.
Oh, I can have a phone in here. This is public.
Oh, the sign that has no legal statute on it that says notice that no cell phones beyond this point or something like that. Yeah, no, that's not legal. Yeah, talk to the hand. What is your hand that? Why do people do this? Folks, this does absolutely nothing unless you do this. And the moment you do that, you're almost going to bump into him and then cause an assault. Your best bet is to turn your butt around and retreat to a private space.
Right.
Because right now she's still in public.
I cannot have a cell phone in here.
Who are you, ma'am?
Bye, Felicia.
I am the visitation lady, but I do know what the rights are and what the rules and regulations are. The sign is on the door. It also says that you cannot bring a phone.
Wait,
No,
did she
yeah,
say
okay.
Did she say she was a station lady? The hell is that?
I don't know. She don't know what she's doing.
Phone inside the building. You cannot have a phone here inside the building.
This is a camera.
A camera phone. It's your phone though. It's your actual phone.
No, this is my
Your
phone.
That's a camera phone.
This is my phone.
That's
here.
a camera phone.
This is a camera.
That's a camera phone. You have to come outside.
Congratulations. You can identify a camera phone. And your whole point, you still don't know what you're talking about, lady.
Look at her hand.
Faking it. She's faking it till she makes it, man. And
Yep.
she's not going to make it.
The building.
No,
you cannot
I'm
be in here
okay.
with this camera phone.
No, I'm okay, ma'am.
You cannot. You
I'm
have
just,
to go outside the building.
Okay, I'm okay. I'm just taking some pictures.
You can't take pictures.
Hey, how are you?
You cannot. Shut the phone off. Step out of the building.
Who are you?
I am Sergeant Horner. I am overseeing the programs. And who are you?
Oh, who are you, ma'am?
Chief Administrative Assistant. Can we help you?
Yeah, no, I don't need any help. I don't know.
Play it again.
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell are you?
Why you came over here? I don't need any help with
You
anything.
can't, but you can't be in the
You
building
can't be
with
in the
your
building.
phone
That's why I
at all.
Oh yeah, I could be here. It's a public
You
accessible
cannot with the
building.
phone. You have to secure the phone.
Again, this is a camera. It's not. This is my phone.
Okay. Well, you need to step out of the building.
All right. It doesn't say no cameras.
Any electronic devices. That's an electronic device. You need to leave. Yes.
You know what would be really funny is going in there with a VHS camera.
Oh shit.
It's not electronic. Well, no, go into one of the old time cameras. Hell of a thing to do, but you said no electronic devices. It's still a camera.
No, it just says cell phones. This is a camera.
Well, I'm going to give you another warning to leave, or I'm going to get assistance.
Go get assistance. Do that.
Who are you?
Hey, who are you? You're the warden. Your name?
Don Satterfield.
Don
You recording?
Satterfield?
Yes.
I am recording you.
You're in
Yeah.
violation of the law.
No, I'm not.
Don't know what the law is. You've never been trained on the law except for where you're probably the laws that pertain to you in that particular building, which you probably are in violation of every single day.
Well, serve safe laws for when he sells his chicken.
And to be quite honest, that's not really a law. It's more of a
yeah, it is a law. Serve safe. You know how to handle.
ServeSafe is a certification that the government has a lot relied on for them to be able to serve food. It's not really a law, but yeah.
Yeah, the regulations behind it though, like
yeah, there's regulations
washing your
behind the law. Yeah.
Yeah, washing your hands, making sure your hands aren't cruddy like this warden's. Terrible.
Yes, you are, sir. You're in a detention center. You can't have a phone in a detention center.
Okay,
Yeah, in the secure parts of the detention center. He's in the public accessible areas. You still don't know the difference between private and public and secure and public.
I'm not in violation of the law. I'm engaging in a constitutionally protected activity.
Out.
So you're not intimidating me.
I am telling you to leave now.
You're not intimidating
Put the
me.
phone away.
Get your hand off of me.
Out now.
Do not touch me.
I can touch
you. You have no authority to touch me.
You're in a state building.
Federal or state?
Call them out. Let's go. I can help you to stay if you'd like, because you're
not going to touch me, sir.
Whatever you want to do.
You're not going to touch me. Hey, can I speak to a supervisor?
I am the supervisor. I'm the warden of this
Well, then you're an
facility.
ignorant supervisor.
I beg your pardon.
I love that.
You need to take a chill pill.
You need to take a chill pill. This is somebody who is drunk on his own perceived authority.
Mm-hmm. I need to talk to the manager.
I need to talk to the manager.
Oh my God. And the way he's threatening to like, oh, we'll let you stay here if you want to. You know, that's threats of violence, man, right there.
And who's this dude on the right side with the soda and the fucking, what is that, a stethoscope, whatever?
Yeah, a stethoscope around his neck. He's just somebody who's come to watch the show, man.
Mm-hmm. He's going to get his kicks in too if he was to get detained and, you know, slammed on the ground.
You're an ignorant supervisor.
Leave the building or I will have you arrested.
I'm here conducting constitutionally protected activity. I'm away.
Out.
Say it. If you're a man,
You're
say
in
it.
violation of the law.
Can I speak to a supervisor that's law enforcement?
I'm as high as I go in the building. I'm asking you to leave.
Can I speak to
Now.
a supervisor, please?
I'm going to escort you out. Do you understand?
Excuse me?
I'm going to escort you out. Do you understand?
Well, I'd like the law
And a
enforcement
minute
officer
here.
to be here.
You don't get it, do you?
I would like a law enforcement officer to be here.
I am the warden of the facility.
Right.
And who in the hell are you?
Yeah, that still means nothing. I don't. He ain't said shit yet.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that face.
I think that's how the thumbnail is too. By the way,
The guy's drunk on his own perceived authority.
I don't see a badge. I don't see a gun. I don't see handcuffs. I see
Don't
two
see any
pins
identifying information.
2 pins and a lanyard around his neck.
A lanyard with a buzz badge.
Yeah, that says Dorchester County on it. Detention center. Wow. Put a 1 in the chat if you would listen to this guy.
I have authority to do whatever I need to do in this facility.
Hey, how are you? No need to run in.
Your perceived
so
authority.
why we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, law 7.
I'm going to put my hands on you.
You're not going to put your hands on
Then
me.
you're
You're
gonna
not
stay.
going to put your hands
Then
on
you're
me.
going to stay.
You put your hands on me again, you might be staying
I
here.
beg your pardon?
You might be staying here. You put your hands on me again. You put your hands on.
You see some of the officers there trying to hold him back.
Yeah.
They know he's wrong.
Yeah, they know he's unhinged.
They know he's unhinged. They know he's wrong. And I hope this costs this man this jobs.
Yeah,
I really
what
do.
a damn shame. Him and that mustache.
I hope this costs him his job and he's serving KFC with that serve safe.
You might,
Hey,
you might be right next to the guy right
Still in
there.
violation of the law.
No, I'm not in violation. What law is it?
You
What law is
cannot
it?
have the Maryland law,
What law
says
is
you
it?
cannot have a cell phone beyond that.
Well, you know what? Nevada state law, Maryland state law, blah, 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 blah. Unless you state the NRS and can give me something to look up, then you're talking out of your rear end there, Mr. Man.
Right. Hey, look at Officer Hancock back there. Wow.
That door.
No, that's not what Maryland law says.
You want to bet?
What-
under
what's the law?
Maryland code. Out.
What's the law?
Out.
What's the law? Let's look it up.
Come on, man.
Let's look it up.
Outside, you can look it up.
Don't put your hands on me, man. Don't put your hands on me.
Why can't you state the law though, Mr. Warden? What a cheap disgrace. Terrible. And I bet he makes a pretty hefty salary too.
This way. This way.
Out.
I'm engaging in a constitutionally protected activity.
You are out of my building. Now.
You don't
out of the building
do
now.
not touch me,
I
sir.
said-
Oh, did you hear what he said? Out of my building. My building. It ain't your building. It's the people's building. He's in the public accessibly area. You're going to find out very soon here, sir.
Yeah, look at him. Look like Santa Claus gone mad.
I was going to say Mr. Monopoly, but.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah. He took the hat off. He said, I ain't taking this shit no more.
That guy, welcome in. Thanks
What's
for
up?
being a subscriber.
Thanks for joining us.
Get out of the building.
Don't touch me. What are you doing? What are you
You're in
doing?
violation of the law. Get out of the building.
What are you doing? Get your hands off of me. What's wrong with you?
telling
You're a
you.
psycho. What is wrong with you?
Out.
Is this how you treat inmates in here?
No, I
That's
treat
why.
them better than that because they
Yeah.
don't-
No, they don't. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They don't. Right?
You can leave
Ridiculous.
the property
No, I'm good right here. Warden. You're a thug. That's what you are. You belong in the cells. Here. You're a thug.
Yes, he does.
A lawless thug. That's what you are. And a coward. You wouldn't do this with all these officers here. You wouldn't. No, he wouldn't, because he's a coward.
Shut up.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen.
What a little witch with a
That
capital
is
B.
absolutely insane.
Get your little raggedy ass back inside the building because you didn't do nothing either but talk.
She thinks she's all tough because she's behind that glass door.
Exactly. Stupid. Bunch of gang members.
So this inmate was just telling me here that they treat them horribly. It's absolutely insane. We have a First Amendment right. I don't know what law he's talking about. Maryland state law. Let me see. You can't bring a cell phone in. Again, this is a camera. It has no cell connectivity. This is a camera. It's used as a camera. It's not a cell phone. It's ridiculous. He just assaulted me. I got assaulted by the warden of the correctional facility.
So right there it says, notice, cellular phones prohibited.
That's not even... Oh, Lord.
That's not a legal notice. Folks, for them to have a legal notice, anything that the government does that they don't want you to do inside their building, they have to, if they expect you to follow it to where they could kick you out, it has to have a statutory code on it.
100%.
That has no statutory code on it.
They got that from Office Max or something, or the Dollar Tree. That sign.
ULED, the book of business shipping supplies.
Yeah, I mean this is simple. That's a standard sign that even stores in the front of the
McDonald's over on what is that? Keystone has that on their drive-through windows. Mm-hmm. Don't mean. It means absolutely bupkiss. No video. Notice no video recording on theirs. It's the exact same sign like that, except for it says no video recording. It means absolutely nothing. McDonald's can't enforce that. Well, technically they can ask you to leave, but
Yeah, they have those signs too inside of like the food stamp offices, Social Security offices, county offices. They have those little cheap signs up. That don't mean shit.
But when it comes to government employees or government facilities, in order for them to enforce it, they have to have a statute underneath there. Other than that, it's just it's an ask. Now, what they can do is once it comes to the secured areas, they can prevent you from going back in the secure area if you have a cellular phone. But in the public areas, they cannot.
Absolutely insane. Him and his 12 goons he had with him. Let's go file a complaint on him. I believe there's a sheriff's department over here. Yeah, I would like to speak to a supervisor regarding a complaint, please.
Okay, what's in reference to?
In reference to a complaint?
Okay, give me 1 second. Just have a seat. I'll have somebody else here.
All right, I appreciate it.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you, sir?
All right. I can help you.
Are you a sergeant?
No, I'm a corporal.
Corporal? I was looking to speak to a supervisor regarding filing a complaint.
I am a supervisor.
Okay.
No, I think you would be a manager. A supervisor would be over you, and then we got you're just a shift leader. You're not a supervisor. Sergeants are supervisors.
Yeah, he wants to feel important too. You could tell how he has his hand, one in his pocket, the other one on his hip, as if he's supposed to be some high ultra Power Ranger sitting right here in front of him, like. Dude,
there's somebody higher than him who's back there. They just don't want to deal with it.
Yep.
They sent out the low key lackey.
I'm sorry, I don't know the command structure here. I apologize.
Okay.
I would like to file a complaint. I saw that you were over there, so you witnessed what happened. The warden of the detention facility, he put his hands on me multiple times, pushed me multiple times, referencing some sort of law that prohibits a camera or a cell phone that's inside of a public lobby. Okay. That law doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. I've looked into the law. It doesn't exist. I don't know what law he's referring to that makes it illegal to have a camera or a cell phone inside of a public lobby like I am right now. I didn't go into any restricted areas or anything, and he put his hands on me multiple times, violently pushing me out the door. Okay. I don't appreciate it. I was engaging in a constitutionally protected activity. I'm filming law enforcement in the course of their duty. I'm an independent journalist. My name is Sean.
Okay, and I'd like to point out, folks, that the sheriff's department is supposed to be the one who's supposed to be helping enforce your constitutional rights.
Yep.
Just keep that in mind. The sheriff department is supposed to step in when the police department or another government agency has been violating people's rights. But of course, as you folks know, they're part of the government club.
And I was just filming law enforcement, of course, their duty. I wasn't causing a disturbance or anything. Okay. So I would like to file a formal complaint against him. He assaulted me. That's what he did. He assaulted me. Second-degree assault.
by Maryland statute.
You want to file an official complaint?
I want to file an official complaint
Okay.
against
Do you
him.
have your identification?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So, and folks, I agree with what Long Island is doing at this point, giving official identification. However, had he known the outcome, I would not have given it.
That's not a way to treat the member of the public.
Okay, I'll get right back with you, okay?
To assault them. Yep.
He's gonna go run him for warrants.
Let's see if he does
Exactly.
anything.
Exactly. He's going to do the bare minimum to try to protect the club. Bare minimum to protect the club. Let's run his name through the database and see if we can arrest him for anything. Does he have any active warrants? Nope. Okay, then let's send him on his way.
Yeah,
The one time I'll hand over my
because once a warrant shows up, then they come out there 10 to 15 officers deep. They put him in handcuffs, and then the investigation's over. He's going to jail. That's how they do it.
And then they handled the complaint because guess what? He had a warrant out for his arrest. He's talking out his rear end. We don't care about the other guy we don't care about him getting assaulted if there was a crime that actually committed, because guess what? We found the warrant. We solved the crime. Yay. Pat ourselves on the back.
Shady ladies.
identification of law enforcement is when I'm pressing charges, filing a complaint against somebody. They're not going to do anything. We all know this, but I have to exhaust all my legal remedies.
All right, sir, here's what I need back. What you can do, if you want to file a formal complaint, you can go to the county office building, speak with the county manager. His name is Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones? He's the county manager.
So what was the whole point of asking for his ID again?
So they could run his name through the system to see if he had any warrants.
Exactly.
Because they're all addicted to the ID cookie. The ID rug.
That is so sad. So sad. And people feel like we should trust our law enforcement officials. This is this type of bullshit that they do. And they expect us to, greet them and treat them nicely and have all this respect for them. And
I was assaulted. I have evidence. I have proof. I want to file a formal criminal charges. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to file charges. Oh, no, you got to go speak to the manager.
I need to talk to the manager.
Dirtbags, man.
And it would be for the Dorchester County office building.
Yes. Yep.
But what he did was a crime. I mean, I want to make a complaint, but
Well, if you want to make that complaint, you have to make that with the county manager.
a criminal complaint with the county manager.
Yes.
That doesn't seem right.
He's talking out his rear end now. He's trying to placate him to try to get him to go away. He's not listening. He's not paying attention. He goes, yep, yeah, he's going to handle it.
Stupid.
Yeah. Cop Cam review. Hello. We see you there. Thank you for joining us. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. They should be jailed, B-Dog, be more.
They're not law enforcement,
They'll address
though.
how to take it from there.
But they're not law enforcement.
Sir, that's how I was directed to inform you.
So you're not going to.
that's
So you're
the only
telling
option
me.
you have right
Okay. That's
So
how
much,
I was
so much for him being a
directed.
supervisor.
Did you hear how?
A supervisor? He's not a supervisor.
That's what I was going to point out to you, is that he's not the supervisor. That's what he was directed. So, okay, who directed you? That would have been my next question. Who directed you, and why aren't they out here? Because I asked for a supervisor.
Right. Who?
And then what did you do with my ID?
Right.
What did you do with my ID back there? Did you run my name just so that way you can find warrants so you can put an end to this quickly rather than actually take my complaint against a member of your He-Man government club?
Of course, that's what he did.
Downright disrespectful and downright unlawful, in my opinion.
Well, you're just telling me that you're not.
County office building
Right.
in Cambridge. That's your only option right now.
So I just want to make it clear that you're not going to take a criminal complaint.
I spoke to you. I advised you what you need to do. That was from my superior. That is it, sir.
But I have evidence of a crime, sir. Do your job, coward.
Oh, so his superior's back there, huh?
Yeah, he asked for a supervisor. Why ain't they out there?
Yeah, butt crack sergeant that didn't want to do the job either. They didn't want to put in the complaint against their own.
Again, then what did you do with my ID? Why did you need my ID if you were directed? Again, he's such lazy ass policing.
Yeah, I mean, and let's be honest, we want to be able to trust law enforcement, but the more videos we see like this, the more interactions we see like this, the more encounters we see like this, it's kind of hard to trust law enforcement. I mean, this is just some outright bullshit. Like, seriously.
These people are cowards. Well, now we have to head over to the Dorchester County office building and speak to the county manager. Apparently, a county manager handles criminal complaints against criminal thugs who violently assault someone. That is a second-degree assault.
Look at that camera dome right there. Wow. I thought it was one of those old school globes that they used to have in the classrooms.
Yeah, got to protect our property.
Right. Stupid.
Here in the state of Maryland, that's an actual law, unlike the law he made up about cameras and cell phones not being allowed in public lobbies. Tyrant.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the Dorchester County office building. Again, we're here to speak to the county manager because law enforcement don't want to do their jobs.
Hi, can we help you?
Hi, where can I find the county manager?
It would be in this office, but he's in a meeting at the moment.
Yeah, I was sent over here by the sheriff's department. They told me to speak to the county manager regarding a complaint where an officer assaulted me. I tried to file a complaint with them. They said, come speak to the county manager.
Okay, I'm gonna buzz you in and I'll get your information. The door you'll hear a click and then you can push the door open.
All right. Hi.
Hi there.
Yeah, if you just want to take my information and give me a call back.
It's so funny they had to buzz him in. Why isn't the door open for public access? Man, what do we pay these people for? It's just upsetting.
Yep, what's your name?
My first name is Sean, S-E-A-N.
Okay.
Last name Reyes, R-E-Y-E-S. E-Y-E-S. Correct, ma'am.
Okay. And what's a good phone number for you?
And like I said, it was just, I didn't want to come over here. I wanted to, file a report with the sheriff's department. But when I spoke to them, they said, go speak to the county manager. That's what I was told to tell you to do. I said, well, I want to file a formal complaint against him. He violently pushed me and threw me out of a lobby. So I wanted to file a complaint again. They just walked away and said, go to the county manager. So that's why I'm here.
And shout out to this lady right here. It looks like she's jotting down some real good notes. And I like that. Yeah, very attentive. Hopefully she doesn't mess it up.
Okay, and
All right.
do you know what the officer's name is or the badge number?
He's the warden of the correctional facility, the detention center.
Warden?
He's the warden, yeah. I don't have his name. And do you have a card for this number here at this office?
I believe I do.
Just so I can follow up.
Thank you, Steph.
Oh, sorry, man. I'm so sorry.
All right, I've got your information.
Thank you.
That's the card.
Thank you so much,
and
ma'am.
We'll get this to Mr. Jones, our county manager.
Okay, thank you so much.
You have a good day.
You too, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to take them 50 days to contact him.
If they contact him at all.
Exactly.
And so this is the...
What was that?
I was going to say, I bet you Long Island Audit has to keep going after and calling back and keep following up to eventually hear back.
Hell yeah.
Contact information for Jerry Jones, the county manager. Apparently, Mr. Jones is a very busy man. He can't speak to me right now. I don't really understand exactly what he's supposed to do. I mean, I don't know how the structure is here, but the county manager, he's not a law enforcement officer. He can't enforce the law like the sheriff's department can. And that's what they ultimately... Can we go out this way? That'll be oh, it's nice. It's windy out, but beautiful scenery. Nice scenery to do a outro. But yeah, I don't know what the county manager, Jerry Jones, is supposed to do about an officer assaulting me, the warden of the detention center. But hopefully he does something. I don't know if he could fire him. I don't know if it's an elected position. I don't know. I have to do more research into it. I did do research on the Maryland state law, and there is no law that says you cannot bring a cell phone or a camera inside the public lobby of a detention facility. There's no law that says that. He made that up. that Tyrant made that up. Tyrant.
Fake it till you make it, folks. That's what they usually do. They go, it's a law, to try to intimidate you, to get you to comply. Most of the time they're talking out of their rear ends. It's like, oh, are you a lawyer? Because, yeah, I know the law better. Because right now we're on the same level as if you're not a lawyer. And I know the law better than you at this point. No such law exists there, sir. Just because you are considered a law enforcement officer because you run a correctional facility doesn't make you a lawful order giver.
He violently pushed me and threw me out of the detention center. He needs to be held accountable by the Dorchester County government here. The sheriff's department already failed by not taking a criminal complaint against a criminal who committed a crime in front of their presence on camera. In 4K, clear as day, committed a crime, trying to enforce some non-existent law. He broke the law himself. Why did he do that? Because he knows he can get away with it. But that's why we have this platform. That's why I'm grateful for each and every one of you, because we've built this platform together from the ground up, and now we can reach as many people as possible. That's why I need you guys to hit the like button and share this video to expose the warden of the correctional facility here to the world. And we need to let the county manager know that we want accountability. We need to let the sheriff's office know that we want accountability. Enough is enough of these tyrannical public servants using their perceived authority to violate our rights and commit crimes. Enough is enough.
And folks, I would just like to point out, you do have a First Amendment right to reach out and redress your grievances to your government or this government. We ask that if you do so, we do so please responsibly, because the First Amendment is a double-edged sword. And that we do not condone any threats of force or violence, or even use of threats or force or violence. Please, be as respectful as you can while giving them an earful that they deserve.
Absolutely. And folks, just a reminder, we are taking phone calls or comments today on our videos. If you want to call us real quick and discuss any part of the videos or any other videos we reviewed, go ahead and give us a call, 916-573-6009.
Or even if you have questions for Chief England about his case, we will discuss those too.
Far from over, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back here in Dorchester County to follow up on this. There is no way I'm going to let this go. Maybe I'll even bring the billboard truck over here. You never know. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Can't wait to read them. As always, stay safe. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. Long Island Audit. Peace.
And folks, just so you know, we do have links to the descriptions or links in the description to both the video and the content creators that we featured here tonight. Please do us a favor. Tell them that we sent you and send them likes, shares, and subscribe. Send them all the love that you give us as well. Thank you for joining us, though, guys. It's been a pleasure. At this point of the video, we do our little wrap up here. Do we got anything else we got to discuss here, Chief?
Let's see. No, we pretty much covered everything. I think we covered everything. I got a big trip ahead of me for this weekend, so you guys stay tuned. We'll be broadcasting live from Sacramento, and we're going to be out cop watching. So,
so we may not have one.
You don't want to miss that.
Yeah. And just so you folks know, we may or may not have a video because he's going to be out in Sacramento. So, like this next week. So we'll play it by ear, or I might do something over on my channel. So stay tuned. There's always something going on. So other than that, I think we're going to end it tonight, folks. Thank you for joining us. Again, we do this for you. We thank you. Don't forget if you're watching afterwards, don't forget to like and leave a comment, as well as maybe even a super thanks. But we do thank you for watching us and everything that you guys do out there for us. So